Okay, last time you told me that I couldn't leave the house and my kids had to cover their faces for multiple years during your test run. Well, that ended up being a lie. At the very least, you knew that the basis for doing that was over within a month or two, right? And you did it for 2 years. So do I trust you when you tell me that the reason that we have to do this is because of X, Y, Z? No, I don't. Not even a little bit. I don't believe you. Honestly, I would feel comfortable taking the risk of ecological collapse versus let you crush everything on Earth's freedom. That's what I do not trust you against the opposite. So you think most people do not, do what they have to do to make sure that the guy who stands between them and global control doesn't win? Now, for me, and I was going to orchestrate a thing like that, you think I'd be worried about paper, ballots or whatever? I'm in the software all day. All day. The software is right. Do I have any insight into whether or not it's possible to get into software? No, I don't. Like I said, I know humans. And I know humans. That's what I was seeing. These intelligent agencies and these global elite people who really pull the strings, I'm certainly not claiming to be smarter than them. But I know they people that's how software not. Software, let them do whatever. All we have to do is just create the impression through the media that this is a land, that this is a really tight race, and then thanks for voting. Thanks for voting, guys. I watched a video yesterday of a guy who went downtown Austin. Okay? Austin, Texas. It's not really known for its hardcore red meeting. He asked them, who are you voting for? One. He's like, everyone was voting for everyone. This is like the impression that there's like this really weird, almost change. There are 300 million plus people in the United States. You are looking at tiny sample sizes, no matter where you look in terms of the sample size. What I'm telling you is they can create the impression that the two sides are equal, they're equal size by busting doing the Kamala Harris stuff. And at the same time, like when I found out Trump was in Coachella Valley, I said to everyone else, like, let's go. Let's go. If Trump put on a once in a lifetime final Trump rally event and he put it somewhere that was accessible to airports and he literally sold tickets to it like it was Coachella, it would be biblical. That's the amount of energy behind this guy in real life, in a measured way. See how Kamala does that? Kamala you would get 5 people. There is no. If Trump did that, you could get 100,000. Easy. Anyway, that's enough for today.
How many more wait till we get
Sorry. So friends. 60 likes. Let's get to the next a little Latino hate in recent weeks, but I believe this may be so many American reasons are real and valid. this Northcote farmer lecturing the brothers, as he calls them, why they must back Kamala.
Yeah.
To let you survive, you must keep your mouth in feelings. Things must be dubious, sexist, and misogynist nonsense.
Harris and all these other people that supposedly look like me, why is it okay for them to get to see me and shame me, not voting for them simply because they look like me? That's racist, brother. I don't know how else to put it. That is racism. I don't have to vote for Kamala because she's black. I should vote for you because you got up there, you tap dance for the establishment, and you ain't doing a goddamn for the black people that put you in office. You brothers.
You ain't get a stay for us in the 80s that she was in the White House. And you think you're going to pop up during an election year and try to stall blocking them for not wanting to vote for your candidate? Have you lost mind? I spent 7 years of my life fighting your administration. You and Biden, by the way. And my husband's military benefits. My daughter died because of Obamacare. I don't give a fuck you.
This message is for President Obama. First and foremost, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Number one, I ain't going to vote for Kamala Harris. I think that she's going to make a bad president. She's a bad vice president. I think just children. So I'm not busy.
She's not going to say to us are required, and we better vote for Kamala Harris, and that we don't want to see a woman in a position of power. You realize
They sacrifice of just must be there'll be plenty more exclusive content behind set. Who's Donald Trump's guns? The influencing his father's decision to tap into the Gen Z market by speaking with popular influencers, comics, and podcasts, including Andrew Schultz.
They sat down for a wide-ranging chat last week, covered some big issues, but they also covered some funny stuff too here. Donald Trump talks about how he's up nicknames.
It's hard to say. Yeah, in other words, it's an malfunction. It's a lot. Yeah, and you can't start it's really a lousy word to say, but it's quite accurate. Comrade Kamala, it's a little hard to say. She's comrade because she's obviously communist. She's it's like comrade. It's not bad. But when you put the names together, it's a little. You got to be able to put it out there.
Let's bring in my second favourite Texan of all time, the host of Prime Time with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex Stein, Trump is made for these chats. He's genuinely funny, something he's really not given a great deal of credit for. And he's authentic and very different to what we saw from Kamala on the Call Her Daddy podcast last week, or even Colbert or Stern.
Probably the best comedian right now. And he has a delivery of, literally just a top comedian. I don't think anybody can compete with him. He speaks to families in front of hundreds of thousands of people. It's crazy to see that Donald Trump is the best public speaker in the world. And on top of it all, he's doing
Well, this is huge, and for people trying to Joe Rogan's phenomenon and the massive reaching the type of audience like not just conservatives or right-leaning people. Joe Rogan was a big Bernie Sanders fan for the longest time, but the whole COVID craziness seemed to red pill him a little bit, but he's got a very diverse audience, a massive audience, and Trump appearing on that program, I think, is going to be significant.
Yeah, 100%. I think that could be a huge difference in this election if he can actually sway some voters, because Joe Rogan has a libertarian type audience, so it's really going to be able to be a huge. I mean, this could be the momentum that Trump needs, and really, we're in the ninth inning. I mean, we're in the fourth quarter, whatever metaphor you want to say or analogy. I mean, it's the end of the game, so they need to, throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, and I think this could be big. So I'm excited for Donald Trump, considering the election is basically a month away.
Oh, absolutely. It's bigger than any interview on MSNBC or CNN or CBS, ABC. The reach that Rogan has is incredible. Now, things aren't going particularly well for Kamala Harris. Not only is Saturday Night Live finally mocking her, and some of their skits, I've got to say, have been pretty good, but even the young kids are having a go.
My mom, she's Indian, and I live in a middle-class family, and we are proud of our immigration, and we all have small food towns, and we all grew up having small shops.
Jimmy, did you finish your schoolwork yet?
Well, I grew up in a middle-class family, and we have small businesses. We got small businesses. It was great.
Jimmy, I thought I told you to take out the dog.
Well, I grew up in a middle-class family, and we made collard greens, but they were so popular that we made them in the bathroom. Don't you just love fried chicken?
Adorable, but also pretty accurate. We've seen that from Harris just repeatedly, her absolute failure to answer the straightforward questions and just going into these meandering stories about her childhood and her experiences and explaining what inflation is to us instead of telling us how she's actually going to address the issue.
Yeah, and she said she lived in a middle-class family as her whole adolescence was basically in Berkeley, California, or Canada, which is a very nice place. And, that's what's sad about Kamala Harris is that she's not genuine whatsoever. She's such a phony. Same with Tim Wall. It's like, people would like her more if she was genuine, but she just tries to pander to these people, and she's so inauthentic. Everybody can tell that she's not what she pretends to be. One second she has a Latina accent, the next second she has a Jamaican accent. I mean, she's almost like a stand-up comedian at this point, doing just impressions of different cultures.
Yes, but well, I think not with her. There's a difference there. Now, another woman who has been talked about as a future presidential candidate, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, has caused outrage after participating in this weirdness. What is that, Alex? Explain to me. You're in that generation that I don't know what that is. Is that some Gen Z craziness? What is it?
Well, really what it is an attempt at just trying to be shocking and bizarre. And that's why that Gen Z person, I'm not trying to defend Whitmer, but she probably didn't realize how weird this video was. And that's what this podcast was trying to do. They want it to be almost like pseudo-sexual, and it's has all these kind of weird undertones. And it's supposed to be ambiguous. It's just supposed to be bizarre and weird and quick. And that's what it did. That's why
the Catholics are upset because they think it's mocking their religion, mocking, so I don't know if that's the intention, but the whole thing, I mean, why participate? I don't know why you're giving her a pass, because she just looks like a fool. I mean, this doesn't elevate her standing in any way. She's the governor of a state, for the love of God. Now, the Trump rallies are continuing across the country. The assassination attempts have not slowed him down. This little interaction caught my eye. Let's have a look at the way Donald Trump reacts when a baby starts crying during a rally in Nevada.
And don't let that baby bother you, because it doesn't bother me. Really something. It's a good-looking baby. Don't worry about happy, youthful, beautiful baby, perfect baby.
Alex, I had a look at some of the comments under that video, and it was mainly just women who were very impressed that he didn't get annoyed with a crying baby during a speech and the interruption. What do you reckon about that? Those little insights, I think, can be very valuable in telling you about a person.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Donald Trump would be a dream grandfather to have. And obviously, he likes children. He has a bunch of children. So it's proof that he's opposite of Kamala Harris, who wants to be able to abort every single baby, basically up until birth. Donald Trump actually loves little babies and wants to protect them. So I think the proof is in the pudding.
Now, pro-biological reality sportswear brand XXXY Athletics has released an ad absolutely blasting Nike over its refusal to stand by women and women's sport, to protect it from the radical gender ideology that sees males identifying as women competing against women. Have a look.
Yeah, I do. Why would you say that? Why don't you say that to me? Why will you? Why do you claim to support women and girls? Yet when you post, you remain silent.
Today, males are claiming our identity.
Our sports, our spaces, men and boys are stealing opportunities, medals, trophies, and our future. It's not fair or just. In fact, it's often dangerous. Yet you refuse to use your platform to stand up.
You say you're for social justice and progress.
I was waiting for this shit to finish, so I got picked to here, sit back up and ask if y'all heard this shit. Like, yo, my face is Thank you. When they got their ass beat. No. Let's not bring up when they had the 13, they had a high school, you might as well say a junior high school soccer team go against a transgender soccer team and kick the transgender team ass. These grown ass men got their ass kicked. Yeah, like the shit is confusing me. I'm this equality. It is annoying and it's funny at the same time, bro. Because where is the equality? Where's the men at? Where we stand at on the equality scale? Like they made. Nah, just saying they made all these other damn genders to knock us out. I don't see nobody being a man no more. You don't see too much of that man shit. That's real spit. That's real spit. Real rap. Real rap. Real rap. Real rap. And I told him, man, like, real rap. Real rap. Real rap.
So why do you allow men's rights to come before ours? See, with a big platform comes an even bigger responsibility. You have a chance to do the right thing, not just do the easy thing.
Alex, they're absolutely right. Nike has been very active politically. It's taken a stand on a bunch of political issues, from BLM to burqas. It has used Dylan Mulvaney to advertise its female clothing range. So it's definitely taken a position on this issue. It just hasn't taken a position that supports biological girls and women.
Well, I hate to say it, Rita, but I actually signed with Nike on this here in America because I like transgenders in women's sports because I can gamble on them and I can win money like Leah Thomas. I mean, I'm basically we can. They give us odds here in Las Vegas. I've won more money on these transgenders in women's sports than any of the women that could ever do so.
He ain't lying, though.
I understand why those women are affected, and I'm very empathetic.
You funny as shit.
Only yourself, but you're right. There won't be too many women in women's sport if we let the men participate because there's a reason why we've got the different categories.
Like, what real man want to see a transgender? What the fuck? I don't want to see no fucking transgender in no lingerie football.
There with inflation or illegal immigration crime, but is it something that's been talked about in the lead up to the elections?
Yeah, no, it actually is a really big issue. And in San Jose State, women's volleyball team, there's been colleges forfeiting games against them because they have a transgender athlete. So it's just encouraging more transgenders to maybe transition their sex to get a competitive advantage in sports in America is one thing that people actually care about. People care more about sports.
What you lose, less money.
So it is a big issue. But the only thing is, I don't know if it's as big an issue as abortion or,
But that's my thing. They want to promote all this female and transgender sports, but they don't get paid like the man. It makes no fucking sense. Like, oh my God. I fucking hate this same country. Hello? What's up? Yeah, I'm on the computer. What shit's in? I don't know. You got work tonight? Alright. No, I'm trying to make something happen. Make something happen later. Right. Alright, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, let me tell you. Oh, yeah, I'm in this group chat. Hey, nah, this shorty told us so she's I'm in a group chat. Shorty said she waiting to see the doctor. I sent her, I sent her Magic Johnson me. I sent her Magic Johnson me. She said she waiting to see the doctor. Hey, yo. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was too easy. That was too easy. Oh my God, that was funny as shit. With the Magic Johnson. Oh man. This nigga laughing like shit too. I know that shit was hilarious. Yeah, she at the hospital. That's funny. That was too easy. She just set herself up for that. Like, I had to be the first one to put that. I know everybody thought that, but I was the first one to say that. That was too fucking funny. I'm sorry. She said doctors. What? Her? Oh no. Let me tell her. Oh, need that man. That was just funny. Yeah, she was amazing. Eating right now. Hey, she said, fuck you. That shit was funny. Huh? That shit was funny.
Fight. Another world victory. Brutality. General wins.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's the economy, but 100% it's an issue that gets talked about a lot, especially in the media.
Thank you, Alex Stein.
Thank you, Rita.
And here's another lifted lady losing it over house. Like her, she's a former Chiefs cheerleader who seems to think she speaks for all womankind. You know, we have several things in common. First and foremost, until a few months ago, we were both employed by the Kansas City Chiefs. I cheered you on first 6 years straight. And with that, I would assume we went to the same PR training. Biggest takeaway? You are no longer Harrison Butler. You are now Harrison Butler who plays visual speeches. And anything you say or do that doesn't line with that brand, censoring just like the lesbians who hated in that video, will be grounds for termination. And a bit annoying, isn't she?
That ain't make no sense.
What is it even more?
These are my fucking weapons. These are food. What the fuck?
We're going to have more lefties losing it for you in a minute. Joining me now is a Newsweek senior editor at
Even
large.
their protesters is scaring me.
Good to see you again. Talking about lefties losing it, let's check in to see how the leader of the free world is doing.
And when I was vice president,
You'll know me tomorrow. Brutality. General Shao wins.
President during the pandemic, Barack said to go to Detroit. What pandemic is he talking about? What's going on, Josh?
I mean, Rhea, I think what's going on is fairly obvious, which is that the reported leader of the free world is probably senile, losing control of both his physical faculties and his mental faculties. I mean, Rhea, his staff has had to produce for him a special his mental decline is obviously so much worse. I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin when it comes to just the gap that we've seen over the past few years here from this pathetic excuse that they still call president of the United States. This is only the latest example here. It's easy for us to joke about Rita, but unfortunately, this has very real ramifications. I mean, dictators all around the world see the decrepit state of the commander-in-chief, and from Pyongyang to Moscow to Beijing, to Tehran, and everywhere in between. They're reflecting their child looking at this.
It's not just the
Brutality. General Shao wins.
It's fact of a wonder. Democracy you hear about actually works for you.
Sick.
What is democracy? It's what never rings on the street.
Nice.
Americans see what they had to say about the American experiment, about our Constitution, about our Declaration of Independence. Like Martin Luther King, who spoke wondrously of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. They should have looked at Frederick Douglass back in the 19th century, the great slavery abolitionist, who spoke wonderfully about the Declaration of Independence, how this country was founded, that is, America was founded in a noble and just way, for a noble and righteous and just way. And just to bring some kind of empirical teeth to it, Rita, as well, this notion that black men and women in America in the year 2024 1954 is not big. Because of all the state racism in the United States. Whites, Asians, Christian, and various others. So it's a disgusting race-baiting speech, but it speaks volumes about the situation that Democrats find themselves in when it comes to trying to lock up the black vote. They are petrified of young black men in particular, basically people that are right there in the Morehouse College audience.
They are, and if they think the way to appeal to them and to bring them back in is to indulge in this sort of racial politics, this bigotry of low expectations, they're on the wrong track. but this is all they know, and that's what they're going back to. But I want to speak to you about this shameful episode for the Biden administration today. They've sent an official message of condolence to for the Iranian president, Ibrahim Raisi, who died in a helicopter crash yesterday. Really, the White House are offering its condolences to the butcher of Tehran, a man who tortured pregnant women and was responsible for thousands being slaughtered. It beggars belief.
That's what these lefties doing, Mo. They sabotaging it. They know Trump about to win, so they trying to fuck everything up as much as they can.
Spokesperson also offered her condolences on behalf of NATO.
That shit is crazy, bro.
European Union, EU.
This is crazy. The world we fucking live in, like, they are not even having this shit.
Disgusting. I mean, this is a regime, API, saying democracy in Tehran that's existed since 1979. This is a regime that quite literally chants death to America in the streets. They chant death to America in their legislature there. And, you know, just to kind of underscore how absurd this situation is, it's not just that they want to kill Americans and kill America. They do. The Iranian regime has the blood of hundreds and hundreds of Americans on their hand from their roadside IEDs that is fought during the war in Iraq. They have tried to assassinate Americans all around the world for that matter. Over the past 48 to 72 hours, so what we have seen is that a lot of Iranian people inside of Iran
don't take prisoners, especially American prisoners,
and celebrate the death of this man you just described. The kid of Iran, this man who has terrible amounts of copious blood on his hands. Struggling with the expression of risking jail time prosecution for even worse. Just because you're so nation blood that the coach Iran is no longer with us. Instead of the president of Iraq, to his injustice. Often something that's the approximately Gosh, well, family fled to Iran after the Islamic Revolution and the Islamist takeover of the country. So to have the US president, the Biden administration, put out a message like that, it's just, I said, it beggars belief. But let's talk about the illegal immigration crisis in the US. You know, there's also a issue there. There's been some high-profile cases. I'm surprised this case hasn't got more coverage. An illegal immigrant has been arrested and faced life in prison after allegedly going on a serial raping spree in a police have described as a rape dungeon on wheels. Here's more from Fox 11 News, and according to our viewers, this report will be distressing.
A rape dungeon on wheels. Described as rigged for rape, condoms, ropes, bungees, children's toys, multiple cell phones and hard drives, and a mattress. Worn, stained, disgusting.
I can say in almost a 20-year career, this is the most disturbing scene I've ever been in. And all the evidence has, of course, been processed. Everything that's been here is what's left.
Investigators say the man they call a serial rapist would lock women inside this mobile cage, locked in from the outside, behind this metal partition with no escape.
It's incredible that we keep hearing about these cases with victims who have been left broken, some have lost their lives. And yet, really, the Biden White House has done nothing concrete to tackle this issue with record numbers flooding in through that southern border. You don't know who they are, you don't know their criminal history, and we shouldn't be surprised that cases like this are emerging.
Yeah, you know, there's no shortage of cases just like this. The tragic part. So I live in South Florida, as you know, Rita, and it was in Palm Beach, Florida. This story but raping women and after the Palm Beach car just here, and it's ultimately up to the federal government to prevent them from getting in here. But the Democratic Party, in its current manifestation, Rita, has no interest whatsoever in trying to stop the migration inflows of illegal alien immigration, because why would they? Every time that an illegal alien gets to a state due to a ridiculous bit of constitutional misinterpretation by the U.S. Supreme Court, illegal aliens actually count for U.S. Census representation, to ridiculous things that the U.S. Supreme Court had to take the records of under current U.S. Supreme Court case law. Illegal aliens reside in states like California, Illinois, New York, actually representation there's the infrastructure is to actually shut down the books. But the really secret that the ways to look at president is like Donald Trump possibly
Yes, everyone, particularly the more than 10 million illegal immigrants that bled into the country, and they want to fast track to citizenship. If you believe Bruce's crazy rant, then you probably think that Kamala Harris had nothing to do with the past 3.5 years of the Biden-Harris administration. But thankfully, President Joe Biden, made sure to remind the American public that he owns every failure and is critical to all the key decisions that were made.
Well, she's on constant contact with her. She's very, she's from St. She helped pass the money all the way down. She's a major player in the including passes. And so she done, her staff is in Iraq behind
Thanks to President Biden is blindsided by going into the briefing room to deliver those remarks. And it's the first time in his presidency that he's done that. So I think we know what he's thinking right now. Now, let's have some laughs. And I've got to say, the Saturday Night Live program bringing the laughs lately. And the vice presidential debate that's this is champagne coffee. What do you think of that?
Come on, just relax. You know, you haven't had a day off. Something less stressful, right? The Menendez brothers show.
Brutality.
No, Josh.
General Shao wins.
It will be fine. It's not like he's gonna say something crazy. I've become friends with school shooters.
You know what this kid needs is some Joe Biden, and Dana Carvey's Biden is
This
very
monstrous reproduction of Melina harkens back to her life in prior times. She was crazy, sad, and possessed of rapacious
right now. Come on
the
out here.
Vita.
No, like he's in the room.
Your family won't hold the throne forever.
You won't be the one to take it from us.
Get your facts straight. Hit him with a mojo. Here's the deal. To be clear.
has been missing in the US, but she's been got prices in the aftermath of the documents they call it the country looking like with the VP and other states between there weren't and apologies required.
So that's like, yeah, when I'm trying to do it.
That's all we could play you. That's all we could play you because it was that filthy. That's who Kamala Harris wants to talk to. Putting decency back in the White House, folks. Let's look at some of that's repeated as graphic as what we just wanted to. And that's the whole picture. She's positioned.
Finish her.
Yeah, claiming that FEMA funds desperately needed for Hurricane Helene victims right now weren't diverted to illegal immigrants at any point. She categorically denied that. She said it was categorically false. Only it's not. Let's go to the tape.
It's just categorically false. It's factual. It is a false statement. Nobody desire to take money to produce migrants. Money is also available through humanitarian and food and shelter
Republicans will all be back to normal after this, so they won't go on these unhinged attacks against future Republican candidates. Only I'm old enough to remember when they called milk toast Mitt Romney a racist, sexist monster. The same with Ryan John McCain. They've been doing the same with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and you know they're going to double down when he's the presidential candidate. So thanks for your last joy, but I reckon Republicans are not going to let unhinged far-left fright bags pick their candidates for them. Thanks for listening to Liz Cheney, a reminder that Republicans don't hurt comprehensively, as you can see there. She's as popular with Republicans as an Antifa activist. Now to a woman who may even be too crazy for you, and that's saying something. Here is Democrat strategist Asia Mills resorting to dangerous lies about President Trump, and despite 2 assassination attempts in 2 months against Donald Trump, CNN saw fit to put this dangerous lefty spouting reckless lies on television.
Oh, yeah.
That Donald Trump has revered the Nazis. He has revered Hitler. He's read his book. He used to say he had it on his nightstand. So what now? Donald Trump reveres Hitler? He said he has Hitler's book on his nightstand. Trump has never said anything like that. He has in fact said he's never even read Hitler's book. And let's not forget, Trump is the most pro-Jewish, most pro-Israel president in America has ever. His own daughter is Jewish. Several of his children. But let's go back to CNN and listen to this woman's view. More unhinged lies, unchallenged. Donald Trump has had a very sinister philosophy of wanting to be a dictator, absolutely dividing people up based on who they are, based on factors about them that have to do with their race and their gender, etc. And he uses language like this. I don't think that it's Freudian slip. I think that the danger of a Donald Trump is that he would absolutely try to exterminate an entire group of people because he thinks that their genes are somehow different than his and faulty. And I say this with all the stubbornness that you hear in my book, exterminate numbers of people. That was on CNN, folks. Lost for words. Now, since we're dealing with all-faced lies, let's hear from Kamala herself and listen to how she flounders when there is the slightest bit of pushback.
The question was, how are you going to pay for it?
Well, one of the things I'm going to make sure that the richest among us who can afford it pay their fair share in taxes. It is not right that teachers and nurses and firefighters are paying a higher tax rate than billionaires and the biggest corporations. And I plan on making that fair.
So what now? Teachers are paying higher tax rates than the super rich? Really? I know this type of simplistic class warfare speaks to the low information voters of the Democrats count on, but the reality is that the rich pay, obviously, a lot more tax. The top 1%, in fact, pay over 45% of all income tax. And the top 5% pays 65.6%. I think that's from the 2021 IRS data. So, sure, about when the tax momentarily.
I'd like to begin today. Whatever we have in store cannot be known. Given time, it can be understood. The past was once the future. The future is, I should say,
Now, the vet, the real one vet, go to the Call Me Daddy podcast and go to the
You
Sure wasn't jealous there, but when she was asked about why she should be trusted, she had this to say: "Why should you trust her?" So, what I care about. Okay, let's do just that. Here is a little look from Kamala Harris telling us what she's all about.
Getting more police on the street, you're going to have more safety. And that's just wrong. You're considered the most liberal United States senator. Somebody said that, and they actually Mike Pence on the debate stage. Well, actually, it's nonpartisan. Doug Trump has rated you as the most liberal senator. You've supported the Green New Deal. You supported
Excellent.
To get rid of the filibuster, to pass it to the
supporting the Green New Deal.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented. The idea that we have a country of the United States that we vote on someplace that needs to be what I feel like it's family project. If you want to be involved in the law, it's really good for default. Because we have a country in the United States most treated a protection of at the border. You need to get it wrong. By definition, it's plain speak. It's a finance definition. It is not an emergency. It's about a family constitution. I think I understand now. Someone went to the trouble of writing this book called The Achievements of deliberately and deceptively editing a clip that turns Kamala Harris from weak and incoherent to strong and decisive. Watch the original clip that they twisted. That was widely mocked, followed by the version on Monday night. See if you can spot the subtle difference.
It seems that is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much.
Are you in the boot up menu?
A result of many things, including
that's weird. This is cool.
It seems that is not listening.
We're not going to stop what is necessary for the United States.
There ain't nothing but the shell looks like another department, so that's probably the slot that it's supposed to be in.
This
What's up?
set loose in our timeline this championship. If you are to win, the hunt must become hunted.
This time he's boasting about making his colleagues not comfortable in various injuries.
With other colleagues,
Smoke is merely a defensive weapon.
You won't think so once you're choking on it.
major change, man. Future copies.
To protect his sword, for too long, he gathered everyone go, but in the end, the model wins. Supposed to be anti-fascist, this and here is what's their
General Shao
celebrate the prosperity of October 7th.
So we see that the fashion newspaper saying we are here to celebrate the 7th of October. Well, yes, we are here to celebrate the 7th of
October. A wise woman once said, "Never show you the belief from the first time." Now, have you noticed how none of the Free Palestine protesters ever chanted against Hamas, against the atrocities of October 7? Could it be that some of them agree with the barbarity that was released? Let's see what happens when a Jewish documentary filmmaker dons keffiyeh and goes undercover and laughing. Do you think that October 7th was the October 7th time.
Israel killed their own people to justify the guys that they yes. Was actually
kind of destruction. They don't have that kind of sophisticated weaponry. So it is most definitely Israel that did it. So there's no denying that.
And you know, they won't do this for Kamala Group. They're typically described as weak, COVID-crazy soy boy losers, but that sort of characterization is deeply unfair. Just look at this stripping young man, charging like a fucking...
What's up, baby?
Drink some water.
Just because you jumped in mute, don't mean I can't see you.
You can tell which ones are Kamala fans. They're the ones wearing masks outdoors in 2024. And they're the ones screaming abuse and threats. Just seems nice. You should have a boy man angle. It's so not to attack folks. Pretty similar, I would have thought. The season might be chock full of lefties losing it, but sometimes they have a lone conservative up against the crazy leagues. And often that lone conservative is Scott Jennings. God bless him, he just keeps reporting W's.
What Kamala Harris has come off with is that it's none of your business what women do with their body. And so stay out of our doctor's offices and stay out of our mental. I guess I'm here to speak up to the babies. They're not here to speak for themselves. There's no ideas.
Now, Kamala has been doing interviews with lefties all week, from the former podcast to Stephen Colbert to the truly vile Howard Stern, who is apparently a male feminist nowadays.
I think there are people who will not vote for a woman because she's a woman. You know, my best associations in radio and in business have been collaborating with women. And I don't understand this philosophy, especially guys who have daughters, sisters, and mothers.
This is the same Howard Stern who fantasized about sexually assaulting school shooting victims and sexualized the Olsen twins when they were just 13 years old.
I think the bomb team just go.
Did those kids have sex with anything? Kill yourself and kill all the kids. Why would you just nice? And then they say that the Olsen gets married, Kate Ashley Olsen. Let it end. Those are the two kids from Full House. The two little girls from Full House. Yeah. And then when you're 13, and they're pieces of ass.
He wasn't just vile about ruining children, he also thought this was funny.
Hey, Robin, what does you call on Black Rocket side?
You know, anything can be forgiven and forgotten if you become a rabid anti-Trumper. Here's Howard Stern talking how much he hates Trump voters.
I don't hate the guy. I hate the people who vote for him. I think you're stupid. I do. I'll be honest with you. I have no respect for you.
That's it from me. I'll see you Sunday morning for Outsiders. Good night. Legitimate, yeah. Every time he was alive, but even when he didn't even choose most voters. It's a fairly tone. Most folks can recognise political persecution when they see it.
Of me, you would understand mine. To love you. To love you unconditionally.
Fight.
This is my shit. Let niggas do what they want to do. Get on to That's what we trying to do. That's conversations we got to move. People can't sustain two people. I'm just discussing sacrificing things that this is fake. It's like, is the satire from y'all or niggas? Control? Come on. Like, are y'all trolling me, gang? Are y'all trolling me? I know that this is a conversation, right? I don't know.
Bro, what the?
Sub up to that backup channel, listen to that now. You got to need y'all to do that immediately, you feel me? No violation. Still my name. I'm just saying, this is all beautiful. For the substance that you're new to the channel. So, if you've been in here kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not from you.
Fight.
Hey y'all, I'm gonna just be real. That's gonna conclude this straight. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to ponder on that. Straight like that. I want y'all to ponder on that. I don't care what nobody in the chat talk.
this is one video that I will encourage you to watch the entire thing from front to back because I am learning in real time about this case. A bunch of stuff that I've not seen on any other channels. So populate, it's not that long, and you will be able to draw your own conclusions just like I did. All right, so we got some updates to this story about the man arrested and who was accused of setting up to potentially do either a mass shooting or an assassination attempt at the Trump rally. His name's Ben Miller. He is denying that this is what he was going to do, and basically the entire set of evidence, that he was going to is going to. I'm going to go over with you guys, and I'm going to go over why the sheriff said what he said, which is like, I think to stop another assassination plot. But I'm going to show you a bunch of social media posts from Ben Miller, which if you watched my entire video yesterday, as soon as I started going through his profile, I was like, wait a minute, I'm like, this can't be the same guy, I mean, it was like that's what it was like. I did my video yesterday on it. 7 minutes after the story got dropped. 7 minutes. That's what I started. So it was brand new. I found it on social media, and it is the same guy that I started in my video yesterday. And then there's this guy, Trump, and Trump's there's information that I was giving yesterday that and I'm also going to tell you some stuff with the sheriff that came out of census that I people that very well the sheriff is assassination. In some stories, there's that some stories, there's nothing like that. Some stories, now, channel, ring the bell, tell your friends, forward this to everybody, and we'll rock and roll. Also, I'm going to tell you about the sponsor of this video real quick. I'm going to tell you about Prize Picks, the sponsor of this video. We're just going to make a roster, okay? Prize Picks, best game in the world, fantasy football. All you do is you pick a bunch of people that you want to build a roster around, and you pick whether they're going to get more or less than the statistic line that is proposed. Okay, George Kittle playing against Seattle tonight. Do you think he's going to get more or less than 50 receiving yards? We're going 4. Okay? What about James Meyer? Do you think he's going to There we go. That's $60 entry fee, $60 if I'm right. We are going to enter and now. It's easy to get money in, easy to get money out. They support this channel, me, and the help this channel is also two books that you have in your life. If you go on the site, use the description, use the code Jesse Fire to get you free $50 when you sign up, and go ahead and start. Email support, and you can see who's better and playing right. Okay, so just so we're clear on this video, this is Sheriff Jack Young, and you can read that headline for yourself. Okay? This is Sheriff when it matters. Okay? Now, if you can imagine right here, this guy is. Because this dude can do no wrong. What's the thing? This guy right here. Because in a time where everyone was just under the pressure from Newsom and these guys to do things that were indefensible, he is a law enforcement officer who was in charge of an area. He's like, I'm not doing it. This is not a thing I'm going to do for the government, okay? I'm not enforcing it. And honestly, if all the law enforcement officers in the state or wherever would have taken this stance, then people like Brendan Schaub would have not been alone. Think about that for a second. It's going to just completely derail. But actually think about it. Okay, he got excited for riding mountain trail during this period. Okay? So this guy was enforcing these paces with me. Now, let's go over here and I want to show you what he's saying here. Before we go through Ben Miller's social media accounts, it's important to know.
We have his name as Vem, V-E-M, Miller.
What's good, Marlon?
Miller. and his birthday is 10/26/1974.
Let's go, bro.
And the reason why I gave it to you like that is I will explain later. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple driver's license with different names. The vehicle was unregistered, and the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens, and we that of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously those identification documents were found in addition to
oh, so I need somebody, yo.
Is this group So, he was arrested with a loaded gun outside a Donald Trump rally in California. He denied that he was intending to assassinate the former president. Ben Miller, 49, of Las Vegas, was arrested Saturday at a checkpoint in Coachella Valley after he was allegedly found illegally in possession of a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine. Miller was also driving an unregistered vehicle, a homemade license plate. He had multiple passports and driver's licenses with different names, authorities said. Okay. So if I don't know anything else about this story, if I would have known that last night, if I would have just known that, and I didn't see this guy's social media and see anything, I would have known about the fake passports, the fake driver's license, a fake license plate, and then also fake pass to the event, and then also loaded shotgun and handgun. What person would draw a different conclusion than what those guys did, right? So, Chad Bianco, the Riverside County Sheriff, told Southern California News Group on Sunday that he thought they probably stopped another assassination attempt. There had previously been 2 suspected assassination attempts. You guys know about these. Miller, who was speaking...
I get your ass out of there.
He was at a Trump supporter, and then just no decision. I always travel around with my firearms in the back of my car. Literally, the afternoon shot.
Hello, I'm Robot. Hello, Robot. My name is...
Okay, now I You know what? You know how to get a fake passport? You know how to get a fake ID? You know how to do a fake... I'm just saying, when I look at you, I look at your social media, you talk to never shot a gun. Come on. Come on. I'm not saying you're going to shoot Trump. Don't tell me you never shot a gun. That's absurd. Update your life. No one's going to believe that West Brain. Okay? 2 unnamed sources close to the Trump campaign told Fox News they do not believe the incident in Coachella Valley was an assassination attempt. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm not saying he was going to go kill the president.
What happened?
I mean, so when I read, let me see if there's anything in this. Okay, so it's not in here. All right, let me just tell you what I read about this group. All right. So what I read about this group is that they are essentially like a separatist group that is like, we live in the United States, but we are not citizens of this country. Like they believe that they don't subscribe to any of the laws that the United States, puts down. They're like the ultimate libertarians, kind of, right? And they live in these compounds, as far as I understand, and they're like, yeah, we're not a part of the government. So that's why he doesn't have a license, that's why he doesn't register for a vehicle. That's why, I don't know about the fake passports, I don't know about the fake licenses. But that's what they're talking about, is that group. I've never shot a gun.